So here we are. I'm going to be loading up a few pieces of brass. I got 9 pieces left. So I figured I'd just kind of do my 150 grain Barnes. Just load a few more of them. See what's up with that. So I hope you're all doing well. We're just loading 308 Winchester. Very late. I don't expect a lot of people to be here. We already got a thumbs up. That's good. If y'all don't know me, I'm Alaskan Ballistics. I just like to talk while I'm reloading. I do a lot of shooting videos too. So, you know, a lot of hate on both candidates for political videos. You know, all the good stuff. So, kind of is what it is. I don't know you're here if you don't say hi. What's up, Alvaro? And you're here at all times of the day. Do you ever sleep? That's probably what you're saying to me right now. Hey, Gunmetal Guy USA, what is up, brother? How's that Ruger S-Far? That was you, right? No. Is that you that had the Ruger S-Far that was having trouble? Can't remember, Gunmetal Guy. How's it doing now? Waiting to start my new job at Bobcat. Sweet. Nope, not me, sir. Okay. Was it Tommy Two? No, it wasn't Tommy Two Guns. Who was it? Anyway. Don't know you're here if you don't comment. So, sorry I'm chewing a cough drop because I can't talk and suck on the cough drop at the same time. What's up, TRD Reloading? How you doing, brother? Yeah, long time no see. I'm gonna have to go check out your channel more because it's been a while. Smash those likes. Thanks, Gunmetal Guy. Yes, USA. 13 people in here, 3 likes according to what I see now. I wouldn't like it either though if all I saw were my ugly mug. Nothing new in 3 years. Oh well, that would be a good reason why I haven't seen your channel. You better get on it, dude. I know life gets in the way. Two a.m. in South Texas. What's up, Nicholas? Yep, it is 10:59 here. 11 o'clock. Just turned 11 o'clock. So you're 3 hours behind me. You're definitely Central Time. Is all of Texas Central Time, or like the western part of it Mountain Time or something like that? Isn't it weird? Isn't it split like Tennessee? Dad starter pack. Yeah, there you go. It's okay to forget to hit the like button, but do channel a solid and take a second and hit him. Yeah. There you go. Okay, what is the dad starter pack? Abdul Malik. Yeah, 2 time zones, Central and Mountain. That's what I thought. It's been a long time since I've looked at the map of the time zones. All I know is like we're one big time zone. Texas is a big state. Not that big, but it's a big state. Cut Alaska in half, and Texas would be the third largest state. You can actually fit like all of Montana, Texas, and California inside of Alaska. Something like that. I don't remember. Yep. Just some Gen Z humor. Oh, I was just wanting to know what's in it. Don't forget Natchez Outdoors. Nothing wrong with humor, man. Yeah. Beards, fat, dad bod. Yeah, I get it. Okay, sorry about that. Some technical difficulties. Tactical difficulties is Chooks. No, technical difficulties is me. Alright, I'm in Central Time Zone. Cool. Yeah, just in Gen Z. 3 a.m. here in Virginia. What's up, garage guy? Having a little bad luck finding that Ruger Charger barrel like yours in stock. The 8.5-inch barrel or the Faxon barrel that I put on it to make it legal, to be compliant. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the Faxon barrel. Yeah, I haven't seen it in stock in quite some time, even at Faxon. I'll double check Faxon's website because sometimes they update it for affiliates and then it gets updated for the public or something like that. But sometimes I'll get access to stuff that very rarely is. I don't think Faxon does that, but sometimes other companies will send me emails first or stuff like that before they send stuff. So I'll double check. Faxon's a good company. Okay, so here's my question about a Faxon barrel. Should I get a 13.7 and get a nice brake pin and weld? The whole idea is to be lightweight. Or should I get a 16-inch and not have to fill with the pin and weld or the SBR? What should I do? Ah, dang it. Alright, let's re-zero this one anyway. I'll keep checking out on all the sites as well. Yeah, I did not buy mine from Faxon. I bought it from somewhere else. And they had three of them in stock when I bought it. And I got one of them. I was surprised. So I got some Vidavorian 55 coming to load tests, some 160 grain hammer shock hammers, and my 280 active buy. Should be in next week. Let me know how it goes, brother. I've never loaded with Vidavori powders. But now that they haven't gone up as much in price and other things have, it's like, he might as well buy the expensive stuff. I've heard nothing but good things. So I'm hoping to start on some 7 PRC. That might be what I should do tonight. But I'm still working on 308. Very good powder, yeah. We're using Ramshot tack right now, and it keeps overcharging a little bit on the thing, so I just dumped way too much into the trickler. God dang it. There we go. I think I got it right. What's up, Joshua Grantland? How you doing? How do you feel about rifles with wood furniture? Does it not last too well? Oh, it's awesome. Like it's the wood expanding and contracting with temperature. That's the issue. So if you sight it in at 70 degrees and it's next morning it's 40 degrees, you could, in theory, get a different zero. Doesn't matter if you're in the lower 48 woods, but it matters a lot if you're on the hunt of a lifetime of caribou country, you know? So, Vijayavory started expensive and hard to find. They were ahead of their time. There you go. What's up, Jonathan Rangel? Imagine using a 40 grain VMAX, 5.6 VMAX on an intruder. That's a bad idea, Jonathan Rangel. That light of a bullet will not penetrate. Okay, you want at least 55 grain, if not 40 grain, or if not 60 grain. Excuse me. It's a bad idea. And honestly, in something as light as 5.56, go all copper and send it as fast as you can. Yeah, like, get the Barnes TTSX 50 grain, then send it at 3,400 feet per second, which out of a 16-inch barrel will be, 31, which I don't know that you can send at 34, but I'm just guessing. They're great things. Yeah. It'd be messy, but it'd be a flesh wound. It'd be a messy flesh wound for somebody. They'd live through that if they were as thick as me. That wouldn't make it out of my man boob. It'd probably take my man boob off my chest. Get some hammer 60 grain Hammer Hunters for that 5.56. If that's the tip one that expands really fast, yeah, sure. I would look into Controlled Chaos from Lehigh. Do you want me to load some up with these? I'll load some up with that. No, so most of the Underwoods bullets, not all of them, come from Lehigh Defense, which is what these are. Lehigh Defense. Controlled Chaos. So yeah, good questions tonight. Yeah, it's very good. Good try. Good in there. Yeah. Okay, not the tip ones. Those are the ones you'd want to go with in a home defense situation because you want it to expand rapidly. And if you're talking about 40, 60 grains, and you don't want it to go exit the person. That's the difference in between home defense and hunting. Hunting, you want it to exit the animal so that you drop the blood pressure faster. You want it to expand, but you want it to hold together well enough so that there's an exit wound because 2 holes drop in the blood pressure. All right. Yeah, the IMI razor core hollow points. Yeah, stuff like that. I don't know. All I know is I do that. Opinions an 8mm Remington Magnum. Never shot one. I don't like that rare of a caliber. So that being said, I do like rare calibers. Just right now is not the time to have them. I'm using 70 grain TSX in my 18-inch. Probably overkill if there is such a thing. I use the 62 grain TSX, actually. And the reason is my home setup's not that bad. So, like, I don't have a split bedroom design. So, if someone breaks in the front door or the side door, the two easiest places to break in, then I'm not shooting at my children. They're behind me. So, what's the twist rate on your barrel? One. For me, it's 1 in 7. Tobias, Henry Long Ranger 308. What do you think about this rifle? I have failed to see anybody get sub MOA groups with it. If you know of a video that somebody gets sub MOA groups with it, great. Other than that, if you're okay with 1.5 MOA and a deer hunting rifle and just having fun, or maybe you're in the Caliban and you need something quicker, but you could also, in theory, mill out to take, these, in theory. So, yeah. It is what it is. So, TRD reloading. Do you want me to cause some controversy? Yeah, go for it. Why not? I can chew you out, or I can, say God bless you, or whatever. Yeah. I get everything 1 in 7 these days, except for I do have 1 in 8. That's true. The 325 WSM is not unpopular. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Oh, I've had one person in the store come looking for ammo when I was working by the counter. Like one person out of tens of thousands in Cabela's. And we ended up selling him reloading equipment. I would never use 5.56 223 for HOW defense. I would never use it for HOW defense either. Which is, incidentally, what my 2-year-old, almost 2-year-old, calls a house. She goes, how? How? For a house. Is what it is. I've seen 325 WSN in them every now and then. Never rifles. Interesting. LA. Home. Yep. Like TRD reloading. That's a personal choice. Like here's my answer to why I would use it is just because when you put the proper bullet in it, okay. Obviously, if you're using M855 or M855A1 or M193, you're an idiot, okay? And it's not to be used. But the reason why I would use it is because if you put it in the proper bullet, you're not going to have the bullet go through the person and multiple walls afterwards. So, too loud in an enclosed room, your ears will be shot. That's true. I do like to keep electronic hearing protection. I don't right now, but electronic hearing protection next to my bedside, and is what it is. So, yes, you need 308 for home defense. Yeah, well, my 308 is loaded up in the corner. It just doesn't have a flashlight on it. It's I'm waiting for that. Yeah, it's loaded up with these. That's why I'm loading more of them. Almost there. still. We're there. There we go. There's my cartridge overall length. I only had 9 pieces of brass left. Josh Clark, 10 millimeter versus 454 Casull. I mean, in terms of raw power, it is not even a contest. 454 Casull kicks butt. In terms of what can you hit with it and what can you afford to practice, well, then, 10 millimeter kicks butt. I know Kentucky Ballistics had that one where all the heavy revolver rounds went just a little would penetrate and then fly out the sides or the top of the blocks. And that was a good video by Kentucky Ballistics. Good job, Kentucky Ballistics. But yeah, good job. And anyway, like 454 was one of those. But I think in general, in a bear situation, you're going to find that 454 is going to penetrate deeper on an actual grizzly bear. Now, I have not tied 2 grizzly bears to a tree and figured that out because that's probably illegal in the state. But if you got any suggestions, let me know on what you want to see. But Chook still got that 454, so he claims. But he keeps telling me he has it, but I haven't seen it in a while. Maybe Chook should show us. Chook, we're challenging you. Show us your 454. So. All right, there's my 9 rounds. 500 Smith & Wesson 700 grain hardcast is the best option for home defense. No, but hey, it'll work. Home defense is like 45 ACP and 300 blackout. Different ammo loaded for intended for the purpose. There you go. Why not a 12 gauge? 12 gauge, only 3 to 8 rounds. Number 1. Recoil follow-up shots are hard. Most home invasions now are multiple intruders. Like if they know you're home, they're coming in with more than one guy. That's what's happening. That's what's up, as the kids would say these days. That's what's up, right? You don't want something that you're gonna have to like take a lot of slow follow-up shots. Now pump action isn't slow, but it's slow compared to semi-auto, and semi-auto 12 gauges tend to be a little bit picky on ammo, stuff like that. Like I got that JTS Chinese made one, and it does great. If you adjust it to the ammo, it's great. But you have to go buy a couple hundred rounds of that ammo and test it extensively, so I have 90% hearing loss in my right ear. And guess why? Yep, probably me too. 1911 with Tritium sights. There you go. Yep. I keep G34 in the glove. Like the first thing I'm grabbing is a G34. Wow. Courtney grabs the kit. Like that is what it is. So yeah, I want to really know. I'm in Oregon in process of getting my CHL. Once I get my Oregon permit, I'm getting my Arizona. It's going to cover 33 states. There you go. Arizona allows an out-of-state one. That's awesome. If it's consideration for purchase, if you're looking at 454, just make the jump to 460 and then run the ammo. You can find whether it's 454 or 460 or 45 long Colt or 45 Colt as it's called. Yeah. I have not shot a lever action chambered in 454, but my main camera guy has one. And congratulations to my main camera guy. Y'all, see if we can raise some money for him or something. Put in some super chats. We'll raise some money for him. He just had a baby. It's a girl. I don't know how much it weighed and all that jazz, but congratulations to my camera guy, Jason. So, great guy. And, well deserved. Congratulations. So, anyway. There we go. I have finished my rounds. And I got a whole box full of these here, plus a magazine. I've probably got like 75, 80 of these rounds sitting here. I don't know, something like that. Maybe a little less. I don't know. Probably 75 or 80, 85. I used some of the brass to load other loads, like you saw in some of the shorts, if you watch the shorts. So, any weapon light options for bear revolvers? A headlamp. That is a that is a good question. So most of the tactical style revolvers that have lights are in 357 mag and like they're lightweight stuff. So they often, with the titanium and scandium frames and stuff like that, they often don't have the rounds expand correctly, and so they can jam up and shit. They really get to be kind of ammo picky. The 329 PD is like that, and like you would have to send it to a custom shop to get a rail mounted on it. So kind of is what it is. I would not yeah, I would not under any circumstances like do anything to my Smith & Wesson, because then you're talking about custom holsters that nobody's ever going to make again. So Jonathan Wrangle for when the intruder is coming down thing. Yep. IWI Tavor has 12, has 17 rounds, which is 10 more than 1911. You get 20 round drums for a lot of the semi-autos. Yeah, I get it. Like, especially the Fostech. But yeah. I agree that 12 is ineffective and gets multiple intruders. Like, I mean, it's not ineffective. If you get the first three, the rest of them are probably running. But like, I wouldn't say it's ineffective. I'd say it's not ideal. I'd much rather have my AR-15 or my AR-10. And in case you're wondering, I'd probably load up those. What is it? If you're in an AR-10, these are what I would load up. They're going to give you enough penetration, but you can send them fast enough that they're going to flatten out pretty quickly. So you don't have to worry about that. Maybe I'd go to straight 110 VMAX in 308. But I think the 110 grain AccuBond or the 125 grain AccuBond does well. So now rock a 1911 45 ACP critical defense with a 10-round single stack. 500 mag, 7 grain for home fist, if that is what is necessary to pick up the radio and call an airstrike because your house is being attacked by dinosaurs. Hi, Sarah Horner. What's the best gun to take to the toilet? Whichever one's on your hip at the moment. What are we loading tonight? 308, 150 grain Barnes. I just finished a lot of them. That's all I have, all the brass I have done. So, what's up, My Chemical Romance fan? The like button, I subscribed. Thank you. I got a lot of people in here now. Kagan, Sarah Horner. Hi again, Sarah Horner. Sarah, please say something besides hi. Those are some pricey. I looked at that, Joshua Grantler. Hello, you look cool. There you go. She said something besides hi. Yeah. 1911, bigger hole, less enemy. There you go. I don't like drum mags. I prefer standard mag. I agree, but the Magpul drum mags work well because the tensioner, you have to load them with the tensioner, and they work extremely well. I've not had a jam out of it yet. I've had a failure to outrun it in somebody else's binary build, but that's an issue with the binary build, and that's not an issue with the mag. VMAX is going to make human soup if it penetrates deep enough. Like, I've shot a deer right through the shoulder with a VMAX, and it got back up, and so I had to put another one through the neck. And that was a 20-inch shot. I mean, granted, it was at 85 yards, but, you know, is what it is. You could narrate a Ford commercial. Well, that's okay. I prefer American-made Toyotas over Mexican-made Fords. Hey, is that a good commercial there, Infected Horse? There we go. Got some trolls in here. I love it. All right, Sarah, you need to go to a kid's chat if you're just a kid. Hotep, not sure if I asked or had answered. Has anybody ever used 20 handgun hunter, specifically in 45 ACP? I have not. Toilet gun, Taurus judge. Yeah, because it's a crappy gun. Yeah, I've seen so many of them have lockup and timing issues. Don't buy a Taurus. If you care about your life, don't buy a Taurus. If you buy a Taurus to defend your life, then you deserve what it gets when it fails you, what you got when it fails you in a bad situation. There, Hotep. Yeah, there's 29 viewers and only 9 likes. There you go. Yeah. So, anyway, 308 pretty heavy compared to do 3 or 5.56. Nice hat, Brody. There you go. Yeah, Natchez shooting supplies. You need ammo or reloading supplies? That's the place to go. They actually sent a box of this 150 grains to help on the channel. So appreciate that, Natchez. Good job. Very experienced trigger puller, 18-year-old combat veteran would really like to start reloading, but do not know where to start. Any suggestions? I would find somebody who reloads. I would buy him supplies. I would buy him primers and bullets and powder. And I would say, hey, teach me what to do. Okay. And a trusted person, like somebody who's not going to go push it 18 grains beyond max and stuff like that. By that, I mean the powder, weight of the powder. 18 grains beyond max is excessive. Nobody would ever do that, I don't think. But like, there are people who push it 0.2 and then try 0.4 and then try 0.6 and then try 1 grain and then try 1.2, and they do that until they have pressure signs, and that's them. I'm perfectly okay steadying within the book maxes for most of my loads. Like there's some I would want to push if I could, but kind of is what it is. So thank you. All right. When SHTF, the weight of your ammo is going to be the last thing you think about. That is true. That is absolutely true. Do you think I should get a Dodge 2012 edition or a 1956 truck of any sort? That 1956 truck will run better than a new Dodge. Dodge engines, like, oh, unless of course you get it um, in the 2500 series where it's not a Dodge engine. It's what is it? Forgot who makes it, but yeah. Anyway, I'm not really a truck guy. I'm not there. Has there been any 7 PRC questions yet? No, there has not. Crap hits the fan, and I'm running 1,000 M a pill. The way to Miami is going to mean everything to me. Why are you going to Miami when this HTF happens? That sounds like a bad plan. Defineful, I wish you the best of luck in that situation. If you are ever in AZ, go to Tucson and check out Thundersticks Arms. Yeah, there are people who put out there the big weenie. Sorry. There are people who put out there reloading classes. There are people who do reloading classes. Yeah. And like I'm not allowed to show it on YouTube, but like step-by-step reloading, I'm sure there's I haven't put a video on Rumble, but I'm sure there's some videos on Rumble. And yeah. Okay, thanks. I'm trying to build a truck with my dad, so thanks for the advice. Yeah, so Nifty, the reason why I'd say that is if you're worried about like prepping and SHTF and all that kind of stuff, 1956 truck will run even if there's an EMP burst because there's nothing computerized or electronic on that car. There's nothing that a massive EM pulse is going to stop. Maybe it throws off your timing a little bit. Fix that up, Look up Rule 34. I'll have to do that sometimes. Cummins. It's a Cummins engine. Come on, Chuck. I'm running 1,000 feet uphill, and the weight of my ammo will mean everything. Why? Okay, so P. Norton 75. All right. Let's talk about something for a second, because this is important. If you're running 1,000 feet up the hill when SHTF happens, you need a new plan, brother. Like that's not a good plan. I don't care what ammo you're carrying. I don't care if you're carrying the lightest weight 22 Cricket and a bunch of 22 single shot, and you plan on just single shot and squirtles for the rest of your life, and whoever comes by that wants to take things from you. Like, okay, like I don't care what you're doing. Running 1,000 feet uphill, is not a way to go. It's not a way to go. People will come by. People like if you're in a populated area, that's I got 6,000 feet of mountain right there. If SHTF happens, there is no situation other than a tsunami where I'm going up that hill. And if I am going up that hill in a tsunami, guess what? I can mostly drive it or borrow snow machines or ride with snow machines with people and evacuate my whole neighborhood to a cave up there. Like that's probably about 1,500 feet up. Like, and on top of that, we're 100 feet above sea level, 150 feet above sea level here anyway. So, I mean, the river is down at sea level and it's, there's 50 feet of slope up to my house and another 50 to 75 feet slope down to the river. Like, we're good. The highway's in between, I mean, so even a tsunami, like, there is no point in me running up a hill to go. All right. So let's talk about this. You need to find your bug out location, find a way to live there. That's what you need to do, P. Norton 75. Okay. I'm telling you, find a way. I live in my bug out location. Okay. The only thing that's forcing me out of this location would be a major army moving through. Okay. That is clearing civilians out by shooting them in the head. All right. A major army moving through. Okay. I don't think the Russians are going to do that. I'd be more worried about our own army with the president that we have in charge. But, kind of is what it is. So, all right. Like, you need a new plan. If that's your plan, you're only lasting a couple of minutes, dude. I don't care how good a shape you're in. It is what it is. Clocker 404, I do love my freedom. Of course, I was paying taxes today on this question if we even have freedom. Yeah. Look at the 6mm arc. Any experiences with this caliber? No, I have no experiences with this caliber. I have no desire to own one. And so the the reason for me is, so when you start getting into things other than 223, 5.56, or 300 blackout, they need to have a purpose. And so the purpose with 6mm arc might be a little longer range shooting. You want to try 700 to 800 yards, reliably hitting things, targets at that distance, maybe the occasional 1,000-yard shot instead of the 400 to 600 yards most people can hit with a 5.56. Not saying you can't hit 1,000 yards with a 5.56. I'm sure it's been done, but kind of is what it is. So like the 6mm arc to me is like a deer hunting caliber. Could also be used as like a groundhog, out to shorter ranges. It could be stretched to do caribou if you want to hit a caribou in the right place, and especially if you're hunting for cow, female caribou, which are a lot smaller. But it would not be ideal. Like, it's not going to have the wallop at distance. Like, if the caribou's 20 yards, yeah, put it in the neck and drop it, but like, kind of is what it is. So I don't see any real reason to have 6mm arc except for, fun, play around, toy at the range, which is a perfectly good reason to have one, for me. All right. So kind of is what it is. Hey, brother, newbie hunter, moving to Colorado. Do you recommend 308 or 270 for all purpose? Neither. I recommend 7mm Remington Magnum, which is not a new crazy cartridge. I recommend 7mm Remington Magnum. But that being said, if you'll look on the channel, you'll see a video why I hate 270, and I do hate 270. That being said, I have one and I might use it. But honestly, 308 has never let me down. Like, I'm not gonna say I never had to trail or track a deer, but I've never had to track one more than 50 yards. 270 I have. Similar bullet construction when I was living in Georgia. This is just deer. I have not shot anything up here in Alaska. I've lived here 10 years. I've not shot anything with 308. I did shoot a low-powered 30-06 round. It was a hand load. I didn't have the powder at the time to make it go faster. I shot a low-powered 30-06 round at my first caribou. And that one, the bullet didn't expand because it was a tough bullet going slow speed. So that's that. But I'm sitting, I was, before I started talking all the time, I'm sitting here loading 308 tonight. These are 150 grain TTSX, and they're going almost as fast as a 150 grain would in 270. And I'm only using an 18-inch barrel in an AR-10. So I would go 308. I would go 308 because if you look at 270 with a 130 grain bullet, you're lucky to get 31 out of a 22-inch barrel, 3100. Okay, you might get 3150. You might even get 32. I've done it before, but not like use the same box another day, and it won't get that. It was just that atmospheric conditions that day or whatever, And so you can put a 130 grain bullet. I did that earlier today. Barnes makes a 130 grain bullet. Now it's not a hand load only. They do make a factory load. I'll have a link to it on my MeWe site eventually. I don't post on Sundays, that kind of thing. But anyway, the 130 grain bullet in a 308. Now its BC's not that great, but you can get it going reliably 3150 out of an 18-inch barrel. Like, it's just crazy. I don't think the factory ammo does that, but the Barnes data does that. So I recommend 308, deer through moose. Between those two, I do think you're better off if you're going, because you can always overkill a deer. 7 mag, 300 Win mag. If you're going up to moose, you want a Magnum caliber. I shot my moose last year with my 6.5 by 284, and I kind of regret it because he was still alive when I got up to him, and I had to put one more round in him. And by the time I got to him crossing the swamp, it had been 20 minutes, so he was suffering for a little bit. And so I regret using a lower caliber. if you're not into the recoil, get a little heavier gun, get a muzzle brake on it, and just man up and carry the weight so that the recoil isn't that bad. So 308 bolt action, yeah, it'll kick a little bit. 270 will kick a little bit. 307 millimeter rim mag will kick a little bit, but get you, a mid-weight type rifle with a, don't give you a thick heavy barrel that weighs 12 or 13 pounds, but get you something that weighs 8.5, 9 pounds, and it has a muzzle brake, and 300 Win Mag, 7 millimeter rim mag. 7 millimeter rim mag does kick less. And the 7 millimeter PRC does seem to kick less than that, which is the new popular craze right now. So I would encourage you to kind of branch out from just those two calibers. But those are two good ones. And I would choose 308 in that. If you want to build a truck, build a 1976 Ford F100. Yeah, there you go. 1911 is the best looking handgun. Yeah, there was at the store tonight, there was a Kimber, and I'm not a big fan of Kimbers. They're not very reliable. But it was the Desert Hunter or whatever, the Desert Tech threaded barrel, Desert Operator or whatever. Yeah, it was great. It was beautiful. Yep. Cali Pepper. In an EMP, any wiring gets fried. All of it. Correct. Which means your headlights and your taillights may not work, but you could still drive your truck and get away. So, get you a big flashlight. And you can, like, if you're in a garage and you want to Faraday cage it, there you go. I mean, it is what it is. Drive stick, easy to maintain, and theft proof. There you go. What's up, Christopher Abernathy? It's good to see you. I live in West Virginia. You can't go but two directions. One is uphill, the other is along a major route of transportation. I get that. So, living in West Virginia, you need to live in your bug out location. You need to figure out where am I bugging out to? What cabin? Where is it at? And then you need to learn how to live there. If that's 1,000 yards up the hill, 1,000 feet up the hill from where you currently live, great. You need to start pre-positioning supplies. Because, you need to start pre-positioning supplies so that it's there when you get there. Put a cache in old Army ammo cans. Put a cache of food, and mostly food. And there's locks you can put on those cans that are made specifically for those cans too. And there were anyway for a while. And just do the best you can, but you need to put a tent and a shelter up there. It gets cold in West Virginia on top of a mountain, I'm sure. You want to have a sleeping bag up there. You want to have Mylar, body, space thing up there for warmth. You want to have probably fuel and a space heater up there. You want to have maybe even go build you a dugout shelter and, make sure there's no bears in it. If there are, bear burger, it's a blessing. So there you go, man. Just kind of is what it is. Yep. Yeah, the topography in Alaska is wild. It's relatively sea level, and then there's mountains with no transition. Exactly. There's no rolling hills and then mountains. 6 arc is mainly for varmints. Yeah, mainly, but you can do deer with it. Yeah, no question. I have no question. I've killed deer with 223, so. The question is, again, should I take the 223 or 308? Is the 308 the wiser of the two? Yes. The 308 is the wiser of the two because you only have to shoot one shot instead of 2 or 3 at a person, The right answer is you would pre-position both. Buy you a cheap AR, you don't mind something happens to it, but one that's decent like PSA or DPMS that's gonna run most of the time with good quality ammo. Stick it in Cosmoline, put it in one of those air seal bags, break it up into 2 PVC pipes, bury it out there, and then you have your 223, put in, a couple of oxygen absorbers and a bunch of ammo for it, and then you have your 223 position there. By the way, I'm preaching to the choir here because I need to do that up the hillside from my house. But honestly, there's nothing I would do Of that. The deer in Georgia, the South in general, look wimpy compared to deer elsewhere. It's almost as if you can knock them over just by looking at them. That's true. It depends on where you're at in Georgia. I've killed some big, muscular deer, and the reason why is because they were on food crops. I mean, of course, they look wimpy compared to southern Minnesota or northern Iowa or some place where they just eat corn all the freaking time. All that corn that we breed and put hormones in and stuff. So, agreed. I think most people's bug out location is unrealistic, too far away at the like button. Yep, there you go. Yep. 243 is what I would recommend for deer. It works, yeah. It's good. It works. Works just fine. I would say 6.5 Creedmoor over 243 these days, but tomatoes. Just loaded 57mm rim mag tonight. What's up, Rato? Can't get over how many powders in the recipe books are hard to find, if even made anymore. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I'm glad I got Reloader 22. I've got enough to load quite a few 6.5 by 284 and quite a few 7mm Remington Magnums. So, Don Dragon, you the man. Appreciate it. What type you recommend for hunting with 9mm? I hear truncated cone is popular among hunters compared to round nose or hollow point. Yeah, I would recommend a hard cast lead flat nose. Yeah, for 9mm because 9mm lacks penetration with hollow points. If I were gonna do something that expands, it would be the critical duty. And the other thing is I would look to get as long a barrel 9mm as I could because I want the velocity. And the accuracy comes from me shooting a heavier gun. That is what it is. Speaking of 308 and AR platform, do you recommend purchasing a completed platform or building one yourself? I'm used to working out those kinks. So if you're not used to working out those kinks, buy a completed platform. You will save money building one yourself. I got plenty of links over at Aero Precision and PSA and stuff like that. My Aero Precision is a sub MOA gun. Easily with 2 different hand loads that I've done and really close to an MOA with one type of cheap ammo. So, and by the way, thank you Natchez again for supplying the channel. Sorry, I got told I got to throw them into a lot of videos, so I'm going to throw them into a lot of videos there, and appreciate it. So, anyway, kind of is what it is. Yeah. AR-10 308 platform, I would recommend building one personally for me. But again, if you don't have the experience in the building and working out the little kinks, buy one. I've built 5. I've bought 1 and built 4 AR-10s. All of them had some little kinks to work out. Except the one I bought. It was fine. So there it is. My 3 current ones are all built. I have 2.5. I have a 308 with an 18-inch mid-weight barrel. I have a heavy barrel 18-inch 6.5 Creedmoor. And if I were going to get rid of one, it would be that one. But I love the Creedmoor. I love the gun. Like every time I shoot it, I can't get rid of it because it shoots so accurately. And then I have a 22-250, and that one I'll probably get rid of too because the steel tip bullets don't penetrate body armor in 22-250. I don't care what anybody says. They penetrate like level 3 plus steel, but that's about it. So I'm the 22-250. I have not found anything very accurate in it, and so we're gonna try a few other loads, and then if I can't get anything, we'll see. Clocker, that's a good point. What's your stance on the whole hot button gun control topic? My stance is if I can't order it on Amazon and have it delivered with free 2-day Prime shipping, then it's violating my Second Amendment rights. Gun control does not work. It has not worked. We had the assault weapons ban in the 1990s, and Columbine happened still, and Virginia Tech, and a bunch of other ones. So gun control does not work. There are tons and tons of things that support that. People say, well, other countries don't have mass shootings. They just had one like that last week, or it's just crazy. Paris had a shooting a few years back. Like it was, bad, and that was a terrorist shooting, so they didn't want to talk about it. But it's still a mass shooting. And then they have that truck that ran over everybody at the festival. That's still murder. Doesn't stop murder. Gun control does not stop murder. All right. All it does is make for unarmed victims. All right. And Yeet Big Yeezy, the government's the one usually doing the murdering. If you look at the mass genocides of the 20th century, gun control preceded every one of them. Gun control by the government. The only reason why the government wants to take their guns is because they want to do something you would shoot them for. That reasonable people would shoot them for. Do you need a job? We would love to have you as a greeter. I do not. What's up, Raging Ryan? Yes, we're talking about guns. Do you have a guitar? I have two. And a bass guitar. Yeah. Nicholas, good night, bud. Thanks, brother. I appreciate your time and consideration. I can tell from the brief time watching your channel, you have a depth of knowledge that can be useful for many. Keep on keeping on. Appreciate it, P. Norton 75. Have a good one in West Virginia. Shout out to West Virginia, brother. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I got bigger hills right over here. So I get it. So Ephraim Kuka, hi. Christopher, excuse me, just got an 18.5-inch barrel in 223 Wild. Should I have gone for 20? Depends on what you're using it for, but I prefer a 20. But my opinion is if you're going to own an 18, go for a 22 or a 24. Like, go for it. And that's what you need to go for. That's what happened. I agree. And don't forget October 7th. Yeah, there you go. Don't forget it. The Israelis were the victims. I have an issue with 308 rounds I'm reloading. 150 grain full metal jacket with 48 grains of BLC powder and once fire brass. It keeps bulging out the taper or right before the taper. Any idea why? Bad brass. Seems like to me. I mean, that seems like it's well within the book max for that powder. Well within. So I'm a little more, not even kidding. I've been finding more and more that my views are wrong. I came from a place of love and wanting good things for everybody. I was so wrong. Yeah. I'm coming from a place of love and wanting good things for everybody. But the way you do, people are in general are evil. Like, the best way to fight evil in the world is to fight evil within yourself. I think Ravi Zacharias said that. But like, you can't be for a place of love and then kill and abort a baby before it's even born. That's not choice. You're not giving the baby the millions of choices it would have had. That's not choice. Okay. It's murder for inconvenience. And you can't do that. You can't tax your way into prosperity and tax the crap out of people. So I'm becoming more Republicans now. Yeah. Chris Durley, I'm more of a libertarian. So I get it there. Yep, that's what I found. Lots of evil. Yep. Chris Sturley, I'm glad you said this because it's the old adage: the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So, is what it is. Yep, that's a good way to put it, Jason Schmidt. Yeah, the big weenie. Ukraine had gun laws similar to the U.S. and then banned firearms due to a shooting. Now the war with Russia, no one knew how to use a firearm, had to be trained how to fight. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that. It looks like I finally caught up with the chat, guys. And there's that. So, only 15 likes, 33 people watching. So, kind of is what it is. Half of them might be YouTube trolls and moderators, but making sure I'm not showing anything, which I'm not. So, well, guys, I'm tired. My eyes are fading. Guys, take care. Godspeed. Good hunting to everyone. Chris Sturley, thanks for joining. Big Weenie, thanks for joining. There's a lot there. Joshua Grantland, thanks for joining. Clocker 404, good to see you in the chat. Jason Smith, thanks for joining. Good to see you. I think I've seen you here before, but good job. Thanks for seeing. Or good job. Good night. Have a good night, everybody. Hotep, thanks for coming. Raccoon, thanks for coming. I see you there. Thanks for all the trolls that watched and commented. And Christopher Abernathy, thanks for coming. P Norton 75, there you go. Appreciate it, everybody. Guys, go check out the regular channel, the shorts and the long form videos. Guys, God bless. Take care. Godspeed. Good hunting to all of y'all. Don't forget to check out my MeWe page, which is in the description of most of my long form videos. And we will see you later.